Hello guys, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Okay, in this opportunity, I would like to present about Mr. Suwandi family tree. Mr. Suwandi family trees consists of three people. That is Mr. Suwandi, Mrs. Ani, and David Adisaputra, a son of from marriage of Mr. Suwandi and Mrs. Ani. Go to the next page. In this page, I will explain or describe about Mr. Suwandi. Starting from body appearance, Mr. Suwandi has 175 centimeter height and he has 65 kilograms weight. He has a oval face form and he has straight hair. He has big eyes and he has a pointed nose, and also he has a thick lip and he has skin brown and he has slim body. Look at the picture as we know that he has mustache. The mustache is quite thick. Okay, next to the interests of Mr. Suwandi. I know Mr. Suwandi hobby is traveling and sometimes watching volleyball, especially in the afternoon. Mrs. Wendy, born on Lumajang, in Lumajang, August 5, 1970. Mrs. Wendy lived in Ibu Raja Village, Tempur Sari Sub-District, Lumajang Regency. And the postal code is 67375. Nationality. Actually, nationality of Mrs. Suwandi is Indonesian. Talking about occupation of Mr. Suwandi, he is working as a farmer and also sometime working as a labor in industry on in any place of a job and any sector of a job. Go to the next page. Is in this page I will explain to you about Mrs. Ani biodata, starting from body appearance. Mrs. Ani has a 155 centimeter height and he has 16 kilogram weight, and she has rounded face form and she has curly hair and she has normal eyes. It means not so big and not so small, but it's normal. And she has big nose and she has thick lip and she has brown skin and she has a slightly fat body. Okay, talking about personality. The personality of Mrs. Ani is hard worker and discipline. He actually she is dislike a man or woman that has a lazy, not discipline. She is very very dislike and head of the personality. And talking about interests, I know Mrs. Annie hobbies is watching television and sometime planting flower at this home. Mrs. Annie has a few flowers in front of the in front and back of the home. Mrs. Annie born in Lumajang, April 10, 1971. Mrs. Annie lived in Poro Sangata Bontang Street, South Sangata Subdistrict. Sangata Regency is Kutai. Postal code is 75611. Talking about nationality of Mrs. Annie, actually in Indonesian. Talking about occupation, Mrs. Annie uh, working at home as a seller, as a planting flower. He usually sell the flower after the flower is grown, beautiful, beautiful view of the flower. Uh, she is usually sell to the market. Okay, go to the next page. This is me. This is me. I will explain to you starting from body appearance of me. Uh, I has 116 centimeter height, and I has 50 kilogram weight, and I has oval face form, and my hair is wavy, and my eyes is slight eyed, and I has a big nose and pointed nose, and my lip is thin, and I think my skin is not brown but it's tan, and my body slightly slim but not so slim, and I has a mustache but it's slightly, and I have a beard. We can see that at the picture. I have a beard. It's quite thick. It's my beard. Okay, next, uh, talking about my personality. In general, my personality, I like studying in religious, studying in many mosque, and my personality is open mind. It means I can talking every to with everyone. We can talking about many many topics and many sector, and I can talking about that and joining enjoy the talking. Talking about my hobby or my interest. Actually, I like playing badminton. It's badminton is the most uh, favorite favorite sport in my life. And also I like reading newspaper. I like reading news in smartphone, and also I like investing. For now, I like investing in capital market, like stock market, obligation, and bond. But most of the my money I invest to the stock market. I live I I was born on in Lumajang, July 3rd, 1994. So I'm 21 years old for now. And I live in Masjid Agung for now. But before I live in Masjid Agung, I live with my parents, Mrs. Ani and Mr. Suwandi. And I now I live in Masjid Agung Al Farouk, North Sanata, East Kutai district. So I also working in Masjid Agung since 2016 ago. Uh, it's really long time. Talking about my nationality, actually Indonesian. About occupation, uh, I work as cleaning service at Masjid Agung Al Farouk. Okay, maybe that's all of me. If I if I make wrong, or I make some false senses of my speak, I I will apologize. And this is the first time I studied two presentation in application OBS. Okay, thank you for watching. See you next time. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Bye.